I'm just starting step number 4 on my Keepsake box. I've cut all my pieces to mitered length. And so now I need to mark out the little relief cuts as per the plan. So on the bottom of each piece, on the outside, I'm going to mark my little reliefs. And they are, as per the plan, on detail, or figure A it is, and I'll mark them from there. And as far as the rounded bits go, near the ends, you can just kind of make that up, but it's a 3/4 inch router bit that makes that. So probably about a nickel or something. I'm going to stay away from that line on the bandsaw, and I'll let the router clean it up. And so I've got one side and one end marked, and I'll keep doing that. Get my other side, my other end marked before I head to the bandsaw and eventually to the router. Okay, I'm at the bandsaw here, and I want to take away most of my material without touching my line. I want to get a nice clean cut from the router, and I'll let it clean up the line and the curves. But I want to take away most of the material so the router doesn't have to do so much work. So I'll adjust the guide and get cutting. And this corner is a little too tight to make, so I kind of got to nibble it away before I do the other bit. So it's a bit of a particular technique, but don't cut too far because you don't want ugly cut lines. And again, these aren't perfect cuts. They're just meant to take out most of the lumber, so the router has to do less work and there's less chance for tear out. So now I'm going to head over to the router. Okay, so I'm here at the router and the 3/4 inch bit is in. And I have the depth set so that from the fence to the outside of the bit will just be 3/16 of an inch. And now I want to router these. Now it's possible to do it without having stop blocks, but your chances of having your piece fly away or things bad happen is pretty good. So what you want to do is basically set up stop blocks as to where you're going to start and where you're going to end. And so I have these ones set up for my ends, so I should be able to do both ends. And often it tears out as I get to the very end of it, so I want to either put tape there or figure out a way that I can avoid tear out. So we'll see how the tape does, otherwise we'll have to try something different. And then I'm going to use these special push blocks that I've made for this, where I can grab these miters, no problem. And the tape worked pretty good on the first one, so I'm going to use that again, just so it doesn't tear off this little chunk of wood. And there's the ends done. And now I'm going to reset my stop blocks so that I can do my sides. And hopefully it goes well and I'll be done. And here's what can happen sometimes. I must have had a little crack in my wood, or maybe it was taking out a little bit much, but it cracked apart, and now I'm going to have to use one of my spare pieces to fix that. Okay, now I'm back with my spare piece that I had to draw on and bandsaw because I had a piece crack on me. So now I'm going to hope that this one goes okay, otherwise I'll be back to making a new piece of wood. So I've got a relief cut in all 4 pieces, and now I'm going to sand all my pieces initially, and then I'm going to dry fit them together and cut a bottom to go in there before I glue it together.